problems, but I'm not in dismay. Got a few dollars, but spend that on cheesecake. But I got a father who will never leave me. I'm low in revenue, but I never knew that life would change up on me, go up and down like them levels do. And that devil dude, he can catch you too. Piece of the head with a force of violence that he never knew. Ooh, that's kind of violent, but I'm feeling highly serious like a Molly, trying to start a new way. Get that drama out my new day. I don't need no drama, giving up for that to mama. Now I'm trying to start a new groove, just like the talking llama. And I can't do it all alone, I know I need my father. I'm swearing on the yo me, so girl don't even bother. Girl don't even bother. I'm swearing on the yo me, so girl don't even bother. Be a good day. It's good vibes over here.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be listening to us. You have reached the Project Pluto Hour. Thank you so much for joining us today, one Wednesday, August 9th, 2017, the year of our Lord. And it is a wonderful, special day. First of all, we are back after a couple of weeks of vacation and work and real life. You know how that goes. But we are back, and we have an exciting show planned for you guys, because live in studio, ladies and gentlemen, the planets have aligned, the fates smile upon us, and now Nikki Joy and Emmanuel Tarsus live in studio.
Nikki Joy live from Florida.
What's up?
Like she's in California, like from Florida,
all the way from Florida.
SoCal, baby.
She might as well have just come from outer space.
Well, it is a special day, and I will explain how and why. Nikki just does join us out from Florida, and she has come especially to record a couple of tracks and a video. With one Emmanuel Tarsus, who is known to the Project Pluto Hour. And quick story about that. Someone randomly came up to me, friend of a friend of a friend, but kind of distant, and said, "Are you Pluto?" And I went, "Is someone putting you?" Yeah. And they said, "Don't you have a show?" And I said, "Yeah." So that person who was at the supermarket who said something.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
Celebrity.
Nice. Well, how did they like?
They must have recognized my face, because they just came up to me. And then they said, "Aren't you?" Anyway, acquaintance, but it was cool. Anyway, that's enough of that. So, if you're new to the Project Pluto Hour, this is a 1-hour dedicated show to underground Christian hip hop. All that is good in ministry. Hold on, Manny's trying to tell me something in his secret code because we're live on the air.
Yeah.
What are you trying to say?
You're really loud in our headphones.
I'm loud in your headphones.
Yeah, your vocals, your voice.
Well, that's because I don't even have the mic on. How about that? No. Anyway. Is that all right?
Yeah, tell me.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Your ears bleeding?
Nikki, how are your ears?
Because your guys,
they're good.
Your controls are separate. So I think you're like 1 and you're 4 or something.
Yeah,
anyway, behind the scenes stuff, guys. I'm so sorry. Anyway, so the Project Pluto Hour, a 1-hour dedicated show of Christian hip hop where we interview, spotlight, put a light on those in ministry, in the trenches, doing the hard work for the Lord, and all about Christian hip hop. If you're listening to us on power1021fm.com, thank you so much. Those on fyministry.com, thank you so much. Boston, Atlanta, Miami, hello to all of you. If you're watching us on our Facebook channel, the Project Pluto Facebook channel is up. The YouTube channel is up. We're on TuneIn, Roku, and Shoutcast. Search FYI Radio. Okay, I'm done with all that. Anyway, Nikki.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good. So if you have been a listener to the show, you know that we interviewed Nikki a couple weeks ago. We've had Manny on. Sorry, Emmanuel.
Y'all can call me Manny.
Oh, we can call Manny today? Okay, cool.
No, you can call me Manny anytime. It's just you're not gonna find my music if you type Manny in.
That's right. It's Emmanuel Tarsus, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a listener to the show, you are familiar with these two people. We've played tracks. We've had them on separate times, but they're together in studio because Nikki has come out from Florida to work on tracks and music video for one Emmanuel Tarsus. And we've got you guys on today to just kind of talk about it, and we're gonna actually preview a track. I don't know why. Correct?
If you want.
Yeah. If you want. So we're gonna preview a track to let you guys listen to it. But first, I just want to get started on how did you two get together? How did you two find each other? How did this whole partnership come along? Because for you, Nikki, to come out cross country,
yeah,
I mean, not and we'll get through the whole story, but not have ever met Manny
Right.
at all.
Total stranger.
So it's like a total like faith in God thing, and you're stepping out, and it's kind of like a mini ministry mission trip.
For sure. Absolutely.
One that includes Disneyland.
Hey.
And,
what-
the Anaheim Angels.
Follow.
Oh, well, that is a mission trip, bro.
And Angel Stadium.
Have you seen the Angels? That's a mission. That's a mission trip.
Yeah, at
That's
least
charity.
No. At least
Here we
not
go.
the
Go ahead.
Dodgers, bro.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
That would have been a straight up.
I'm ready for your
That would have
insult.
been a straight up. No, it's not an insult. I'm saying that would have been a mission trip because we would have had to go and save some lost people.
Oh my God.
The lost angels.
Yeah.
We would have had to
I
go.
grew up there.
Hey,
It
yo,
wasn't that bad.
we would have. We might actually have to hit up Dodger Stadium so we could save some souls because
Wow.
people be dying at Dodger Stadium and like getting stabbed and shot at. So
That's
like, you know what I'm
it.
saying?
Is he still a?
We were safe, We were safe
Chavez
at Angel
Ravine.
Stadium. you
That's
know?
true.
We were. It was
If your stadium serves sushi, you're safe.
Yeah.
As a pretty much.
Amen.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, well, okay, so let's Manny, you want to start off with this, man? How did you two hook up? What's the story between the two of you? And then somewhere halfway through the show, we'll stop and we'll play the track, and then we'll do some more stuff. So
Yeah, so what's up, everybody? This is Emmanuel Tarsus. But if you see me out on the street, you can just call me Manny. Very interesting, very incredible thing. The cool thing about this whole thing is, social media is such a powerful tool, and God uses social media, but so does the devil. So it could be in other words, it could be such a powerful tool, but it could also be such a detrimental thing in our lives. And so making sure you use it wisely. I actually came across Nikki on social media. She's like a social media personality, like a Facebook celebrity.
You do regular posts, Nikki, and you
Yes.
like sometimes you showcase some of your talent.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have inspirational words,
Preaches.
whatever. And what's your Facebook? What do they look up? Just look up Nikki Joy on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, you could type in Nikki Joy, or I think if you do
NIKK.
yes, not
Emphasize that.
not NICK.
No,
I.
NIKKI.
NIKKI. But if you do facebook.com/Nikki the Cop, COPP,
Okay.
you'll find
Stop the interview.
Okay.
Oh my.
but it will go right to it. Or you could just
Why the cop?
because that's my real last name.
Oh,
my gosh.
supposed to say that on the radio.
I'm
I
sorry.
know. She's a rookie, dude. Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So, anyways. What's your
so-
social security number?
Right.
Oh, it's
Bank account number on the. Okay, so that's where they can find you, and you
Yes.
and you post regularly.
She lives at 523
And-
South
right.
Johnson Drive.
oh my gosh, no.
and you're deep in your faith. That's just, I guess that's a
yeah,
great way.
yeah. I just love Jesus.
You're on fire for Jesus. So a lot of this channel is very Christian based, inspirational word. That
For
kind of
sure,
stuff.
yeah.
So,
Solely Christian
okay.
based.
Cool. So,
So
okay,
she-
so you met her on Facebook.
Well, so
Or saw her.
So I came across her page because a lot of people follow her because she's like she sings, she raps, she preaches, she gives encouraging words, she's a motivator, she does ministry. So a lot of people like watching her journey, and they follow her. And a lot of the same people that follow her follow me for the same reasons. I do very similar things, almost identically.
Yeah, you guys are very. You guys seem like a very identical kind of
She's like the girl version of me.
template, or you're the boy version of her.
Exactly.
Right,
However
there you
you
go.
want to, if you're in California or Florida.
So you guys have
whatever.
this similar template, basically, of you're both musicians, you're artists, but you also engage in spoken word. You help
Yeah.
minister, you counsel.
Yeah.
I know Emmanuel does stuff with juvenile boys and girls who are in the system, and also visits high schools. And I know from watching you on Facebook that you're real active in the community too. I see you do a couple different
A lot
things.
of
So
good stuff. Yeah.
She went to Africa. I'm going to Africa.
okay,
She did. Were you in Uganda?
No, we were in Morocco actually.
Morocco. So
yeah.
she was in Africa. I'm going. So anyway, so I see all this on social media because people, when she gives encouragement, people share her stuff. The traffic, goes back and forth. I end up coming across. She has a lot of traffic on her Facebook, views, comments, likes, all that. So I ended up coming across it. For the Lord just put it on my heart to add her on Facebook. And so I added her on Facebook. We were silent Facebook friends for a couple months.
Silent Facebook friends, got it.
That's the term I made up. It's basically we were just friends on Facebook. We never interacted. We never like commented or did anything on each other's posts, but we just were friends and we watched what each other did and just were kind of just being observant. And so she had reached out to me because I have a clothing brand, the Lost and Found Clothing. You can find us at Lost and Found Clothing on Instagram.
Nice.
And she had reached out to me because she also wants to start a clothing brand, and I'm walking out a lot of different things that she really wants to do, and so she's been like reaching, asking me questions and seeking advice, and how do I do this and how do I do that, and so
Nikki, so what's the first time you interact with Emmanuel on Facebook? Did you?
That was a clothing.
Asking about clothing. Okay.
Yeah.
So from your vantage point of the story, you're friends with him. Basically, are you seeing the same things? You're checking out. You're understanding that you guys kind of roll the same way.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
I don't know. She didn't listen to any of my music.
That is not true.
Did that really happen? Is that true?
No.
Did you not listen to his music?
I did listen.
Did you
to
say
his
that
music.
You did? I tell him I did. I tell him all the time. Oh, I mean, he's right there. No, but,
I did. No,
okay.
I definitely checked out his music. I definitely did a little bit of Facebook lurking just to make sure he wasn't a creeper from Cali, added me on Facebook. So I checked out some of his music and
she downloaded my album on her way to California.
Is that true?
Yes, but I have easy access. Or prior to that, I just listened to it on YouTube.
Got it.
Okay, Spotify. I was at the
got
beach for like 2 hours listening to your stuff the other day. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
okay.
the other day, she came out.
A couple weeks ago.
She came to California.
Was it Huntington Beach? That day?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically, yes. In a nutshell, seeing the same things, and he seems super legit. Had a good thing going, especially I was intrigued by just some of the videos and the clothing brand. I was like, dang, that would be so cool to do. Always been a dream. And so then I had reached out to him after just kind of observing for a while.
Okay. All right.
So she reached out to me.
So she reaches out about the music stuff.
No, about the clothing brand.
I mean the clothing stuff.
And then I expressed to her, tell her this, blah, blah, blah. We start. So after that first initial thing, we started to comment on each other's stuff, and then we were like, okay, now now we're starting to move into this. And so then I listened to her song and the way she sang, and she was very inspired by a clip that I had did that Pluto produced. You produced the Misfit track.
Oh, okay.
And
yes.
I posted the lyrics. I posted the rap, I just did a verse live on a live feed. And it got
tons.
It was we were at 10K views in days. And so she had seen that, she loved it, and she commented and reached out about it. And then when she did that, the Lord just put on my heart, she would be dope to sing this part. And so I reached out to her. I asked her, I said, hey, you interested in this? And da-da-da. And we had talked about music. We were let's pray about it. If the Lord brings it up, the Lord brings it up. And so the Lord brought it up and put it on my heart. And so I reached out to her. I said, here's a song. This is the way I want it sang. Yada, da, da, da. She ended up going and recording this. I sent her the tracks, and so she comes back. She sends me her vocals. I send them to Pluto. He's like, dude, this girl is great. This is incredible. I think we have an actual hit here. And I'm because I'm not really the hit maker type of person. I make soulful storytelling, testimonial songs that I want to help bring healing to those hurting. But this song is that, but in a different way. And so it's a hit. It's crazy. I can't even tell you. Everybody wants this song. My sister asked me for it. I told her no, and so she asked Nikki for it. And Nikki's I gotta ask Manny. My sister tried to go through the back door. The kids in my youth group like it. I told Pluto he can only play a clip of it on the show last time. Everyone wants this track, and I'm so hyped because it's building momentum, and it's building anticipation for it. And so I get on the phone with her. And I talked to her about it, and she's like, yeah, she dropped X amount of money on this track. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, you spent that much money on recording this music? I said, you can't. I was like, you spent this much money recording that, and she's like, yeah, like.
So you went and okay. So we'll pause there, and from your side, he hits you up about this. And I remember because we were making that beat.
Yeah.
So we produced the beat, and he actually came up with the hook, the melody, but some rappers can't be singers, and so or producers. And I remember the song was really good, and then he said, I know a person who might be able to sing.
Dang, we're getting a Pluto perspective.
Right.
I forgot about the.
That's right.
I forgot about this aspect of the story.
So I actually helped on the beat. And I remember we thought the beat was great. We thought the
Oh no, I made this beat, bro. This was like a throwaway beat that was playing on the bottom of
like this is just here
in the middle.
Yeah, it was a beat I had made.
No way.
In the middle of an interview that I was with Pluto, and I was like Pluto, I was like, stop, like what is this? Like I was like, I love this, and I freestyled live on the air to the beat. And after the show, I said I need this beat like as soon as possible. And so he sent it to me that day, and I had this stuff written in like a couple days. And so then we got to the studio, we recorded it. I kind of worked on the chorus, and it was okay, but like it wasn't like, it was like whatever. And then we were talking through, and then I said, I think I have the perfect person to sing this. And then Pluto,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
It was, yeah. And I remember the song was great. And then we got you on, and not to have some great, ego stroking party. But once we heard we were like, dude, the song just went up 14 levels.
Yeah.
And you're very talented and just amazing.
Praise God.
So when Manny first comes to you with this, are you like freaking out? Are you like scared? Are you like for this Misfits song, when you first get together, are you just like, I mean, what moved you to go spend your own money and go, and I think drive a long way, right? Like you had to drive to Nebraska or something.
Yeah. Alaska, actually.
So what in your head goes, okay, I'm gonna go for it?
Well, the cool thing was, so initially, after a few months back was when Manny and I started, Emmanuel started, and I started.
You guys can, like I said, you guys can call me Manny.
Manny.
You guys don't have to refer to me as Emmanuel, but everyone know. Just letting you know that people, like when you look my stuff up, it's Emmanuel Tarsus. And if there's flyers that go out, it's Emmanuel Tarsus, but you guys don't have to refer
Get it
to
straight.
me.
All right.
I'm just giving you that because I know.
It's just a way for you to work in your name a couple more times.
Say Emmanuel Tarsus, that is.
Emmanuel.
He's a genius.
Tarsus.
You're a
Emmanuel.
genius.
Say it like the way like you read it in the Bible, like
Emmanuel,
not Emmanuel.
Okay.
Amen.
And so, so what happened was, after I had messaged Manny a couple months ago about the clothing brand, fast forward a few months, well, I'm trying to like fundraise for Africa, and I'm going crazy just trying to pump this out on social media.
And you've already been to Africa once, right?
And me?
Right.
Yeah, the year before. So I was trying to go again this summer. So Manny had Facebook messaged me about like just checking in, like, how's your fundraising going? And I was like, it's going okay.
Going out the window.
Could be going better, but I'm trusting God. And then that was when he told me that he was going.
I got it. Wait, hold on.
What?
Are you gonna say that? Are you gonna say that that's when I told you that you should come out here?
No.
Okay. Just
that's not
sure.
what I'm saying. So then he had told me that he was going, and then I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'll be like praying for you and everything. But anyways, fast forward that, it was in the midst of that conversation when he was like, oh, hey, check this out, send. I was like, what's this little Misfit song? And I listened to it. I was at church. I was working at church. And I was like, dang, this is so cool. I was like, this is awesome. I just got chills. And the crazy thing was, once I knew it was the Lord, because that following Sunday, a guy came up to me at church and he gave me a word and said, Nikki, like, I know you love leading worship, and I know that like that's your heart, but don't put yourself in a box, because God's going to use you in ways that are completely like outside the box and different. And for me in that moment, I was like, oh dang, like Jesus done made me a misfit. And so like there was like so many different confirmations along the way that I just knew it was the Lord. And like, even though, it's going to cost something, I think the return is going to be so much, what it's going to yield is going to be so much more than what was invested in it.
Right.
So that's just kingdom business. You know, it was a wise choice.
Well, I mean, you blessed us with doing that on the track.
Y'all blessed me.
It was really great. Okay. So, when you recording the hook, how did that go? Did you find it hard? Was it easy to because you're going off of what Manny's what recording himself onto a phone and sending it to you so that you can get the melody.
Yeah.
And it was it easy to kind of figure it out? And I mean, because you're really talented, and I know we had a recording session a couple days ago for a track that we're going to listen to in a few moments, and I mean, you killed it. Like, just open up the mic, and like I said, I'm not trying to have a big old ego party, but you definitely know what you're doing. So did Misfit come as easy as what I saw a couple days ago? Was it kind of just like feel it out and go for it?
It was definitely feel it out. Honestly, like, Manny was really great because he sent me so many different helps, and he was like, here, I'll send you one of me just singing it on my phone. Now I'll send you like this rough draft. Now I'll send you one with no hook so you can practice. And I was like, okay. So I took all the pieces and just kind of put it together, and then we kind of like got it down good enough to where it was like, okay, yeah, that's what I want. And then my dad was like encouraging me to sing it a certain way too. He's like, make sure you do it with like.
Is your dad a musician?
I mean, kind of. I mean, he loves music, but he was like, you sing it with like a little bit of like a reggae flair. Like, sing it like
don't lie. Your dad said sing it ghetto.
Is that what he said? Well, you know what? Not a bad piece of advice, right?
Did he use the word ghetto?
I don't remember. Did I tell you that he did?
Excellent.
I don't know.
I do not recall Senator at this time.
He might have. I don't know.
Nice. Okay. All right. So you record it. You send it back, and obviously the song's really good. I've heard it. I love it. Everyone else will get to hear it eventually whenever he decides to put it out. Jeez. But actually, when is that new album coming out, Mr. Emmanuel Tarsus?
As soon as I get the I don't know why.
The one track that you haven't got yet.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Once I get that and we get it.
No date, no.
Once it's done, once I get that track, I'm going to. All I have to do is I receive that track. I go through. I have the set list almost 100% done. But once I get the I don't know why, and I plug in a couple pieces, and then I get the order of the album, then I'm going to.
How much time you spend on the logistics of your album, not the actual song, but like figuring out what's gonna go where, how you're gonna open, how you close. How much thought goes into that?
Well, as I'm crafting the album, I sort of like put it together as I'm going through that, like. So once I get everything done, it takes a very short amount of time. I listen to it through a couple different times. I put it here, I put it there.
Do you mess with like, okay, this song, I think the song's order would be better if it was the second one in, go out with a bang kind of a thing, or
100%.
So you and it's all you. It's all your own input. You're not.
Yeah.
You're doing your own producing there.
Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy. That's really good. All right. Well, we're gonna listen to that track here in a second on the mysterious. What's the name of the album?
More Than Music.
More Than Music.
So this is Behind the Music Part 2 is More Than Music.
Okay. So Behind the Music Part 2, because Part 1 was the last album that you put out.
Behind the
that
Music
people can get where?
On iTunes, Spotify.
All our digital major outlets.
All our major digital outlets.
Look for Emmanuel Tarsus.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. Not Emmanuel.
Well, it depends on what state you're from.
Or if you're reading the Bible or not.
Right, sure.
It's the weirdest thing. No, seriously. People will say, hey, are you Emmanuel Tarsus? But then they'll read the Bible and say, we will call him Emmanuel. And Chris Tomlin, Emmanuel. Like when you hear that song, Emmanuel, it's always Emmanuel.
He's gonna hang up about his name so much.
But you're asking.
Yeah, no, it's true. Okay, so we're going to listen to I Don't Know Why. Let's talk a little bit about this before we go into it. We'll start with you, Manny. What's the inspiration behind I Don't Know Why? What's the song about?
The song is about anxiety, and the song is about losing control. And, we got, like, the album was like one song away. Like, it wasn't ready to be done. And then we had a random spur of the moment idea, and Pluto sent me this beat, and I like got tears in my eyes, and I started writing a song about my daughter. And
that's right, I remember that.
And my friend was like, my friend gave me some advice that I didn't enjoy, because I really poured my heart into this, and I wrote this
What was
verse
that?
for my daughter.
What was the advice?
I'm gonna get there. But I spent a lot of time like tears into this verse, and so I shared with my friend. I'm like so stoked because I was expecting like, bro, this is so awesome. This is so special. Your daughter's gonna love this one day. And he goes, yeah. He's like, bro, I think it could be better.
Oh wow.
And I'm like,
Did he sound like that?
yes, 100%. His name is Tim. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Tim, what you mean, bro? Like, we were on our way to shoot the music video for Lost and Found. He's like, I think it could be better. And I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, like, how could you say this song is about my daughter? Like, I was like, I got it. I was like, there's a bit of offense in that, you know? I'm like, he's like, yeah. He's like, you can make this song, like, you could really, like, if you sung this song and rapped this song, like, more of, like, a broad audience in the same way, like, this would heal and help so many people. Like, you have, like, and it was so encouraging and so, like, and so I took that, and I took that little bit of frustration and, like, disappointment, like, dang, what the heck? And I sat with it. And so, but then that sparked the monster inside of me, and, like, creative monster, because as I was struggling with this anxiety and as I was struggling with the control that I was frustrated with, and my friends letting me down, and things just not going my way, and I just started crafting these words, and so I wrote these words just out of pure pain, and as I wrote them, the Lord healed me, and so it's really neat because it's a really out of body experience, because when I write music, like, I only write lyrics that God gives me. And so when I write lyrics that God gives me, then especially if I'm struggling with them, then there's a healing that's done as God speaks this truth through me onto the paper. And so as I put it onto paper, I was able to heal through that. And then once I crafted the song, it was just, oh man, it was super amazing. And so
Okay, so that's awesome. And Nikki came in all the way from Florida to work on that.
well, we're still missing. Let's play the song, but there's a piece of the story that we passed over that's very important to this.
Okay.
So let's play the song.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to the story.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, guys. Well, you're listening to the Project Pluto Hour on fyministry.com and power102fm.com and all other places east. Anyway, and we're going to listen to the I Don't Know Why track, a sneak preview of the new Emmanuel Tarsus album that will be coming out very soon as I get him this master track. Anyway, this is I Don't Know Why by Emmanuel Tarsus and Nikki Joy.
Why do I worry like you don't got my back? Why do I panic when anxiety attacks? Why do I fear the unknown? Why do I get afraid when I know it's out of my control? And why do I care when my friends let me down? When it doesn't even matter, cause you've always been around. And I know you work it out, you always come through. So I don't get why sometimes it's hard to trust you, God. Why am I tripping? Why do I freak out? Why don't I realize you're the only one alive who knows how to calm me down? And why I seek approval from people around town when you're the one I do this for? And I know that you're proud, cause you tell me that you're proud of me. You never even doubted me, and when I mess up, you always work it out with me, and that happens a lot. I'm sorry that I'm doubting you, please forgive me, God.
I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why I let my mind give in. I'm tempted by these lies. Help my sight, I need you day and night. How could I ever
I try to take it back. Time after time, you told me you got it and you've never lied. So how come I'm anxious and can't sleep at night? Why do I keep asking you for a sign like it wasn't enough when you saved my life? I worry about things that ain't even happened. What good is my faith if it ain't in action? You say not to worry about the next day, and if I follow you, you'll show me the best way. I know that it's true, I've been following you, so why do I act like you won't follow through? God, I don't know, yeah, that's why I'm here, releasing my fears as you wipe my tears. I'm nothing without you, and that I won't hide. Forgive me for doubting and all of my pride.
I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why. I let my mind give in. I'm tempted by these lies. Help my sight, I need you day and night. How could I ever doubt you, Lord? I don't know why. I raise my hands up, sometimes around. Pain I had inside, I let my eyes up, focus on your love. Don't leave me here to die.
Why am I worried about all these things that just come and then go? Lord, please give me a peace. I don't know why I'm so anxious inside. I've been through worse, this is less of a fight. Maybe I'm using my own strength. I need to give you this whole weight. Like I did in the past, I submitted it all. Then I got strong and tried lifting it all.
I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why. I let my mind give in. I'm tempted by these lies. Help my sight, I need you day and night. How could I ever doubt you, Lord? I don't know why. I'm so lost, sometimes I don't know why. I let my mind give in. I'm tempted by these lies. Help my sight, I need you day and night. How could I ever doubt you, Lord? I don't know why.
Woo! Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I Don't Know Why by Emmanuel Tarsus and one Nikki Joy. Thank you so much for letting us preview that song. That is on the More Than Music. Did I get that right? More Than Music album that will be coming out soon. We're not exactly sure when, but soon.
Before I leave for Africa, as soon as we get that track,
So perhaps by next week early next week you guys will be listening to that. Anyway, you're listening to the Project Pluto Hour. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, on FYMinistry.com, Power102FM.com. Thank you so much, Miami, Atlanta, and Boston. Thank you to those on Roku, Shoutcast, and the TuneIn app for joining us. Live in studio, ladies and gentlemen, Emmanuel Tarsus, one Nikki Joy, all the way from Florida, talking about
Emmanuel
Tarsus, talking about the couple tracks that they're making, and Manny's new project, and we just listened to the preview, and I got special executive permission to play Misfits at the end of the show.
Ooh.
So we'll and we talked about that one earlier, but Nikki, on this one, I Don't Know Why, that's like a really kind of powerful, it's Misfits is kind of a feel-good,
Fun
kind of a
song,
fun song.
kind of an anthem.
Right.
Yeah.
This one is kind of like a total 180, and it's like an epic, soulful, powerful thing. Recording the hook for this one, did you find it easy? Did you the words hit you any kind of special meaning?
Right. Yeah. I think
Trying to talk.
initially, yeah, I hear you
Trying to
though. I hear
I'm
you
so
without the
tired.
words. I think initially it was, I was like, like, wow, this is really cool. Whatever, Manny sent it to me. I checked it out. But honestly, like initially I struggled with connecting to it. And truth comes out, guys. Live
Wow.
on the air.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you when you say that? What do you mean?
I couldn't. It wasn't like a reality for me. The words I was singing weren't real. For it wasn't. I couldn't like attach it to an experience, so it was hard for me to feel it.
Got it.
But then it's funny how God works. He gives us things that will kind of prepare us for like certain things that will come up. And then once I remember, and I was like kind of going through the song at one point, and I was just like, God, I really need.
You doubted God? You've never doubted him?
I do sometimes. I mean, I do.
I'm
I mean,
so confused right now. But
no, listen. But then but the Lord, I had walked through a season that was rough, and I was actually starting to feel those things, and then it became real, and then it became more of like, okay, like cry. It was like a heart cry of like, wow, like I can relate to the person in the world that's this instead of being in some kind of like Christian bubble, but
Right.
because even we do struggle, we do go through times when we battle with doubt and lies and feeling anxiety. And like I went through this period of time where I was going through that, and then that song became super, super real.
So kind of like dredged up those memories or those experiences.
Right. And even
that.
just a current situation had come shortly after I received the song. And I was like, then it started to really just
okay.
Wow. I think Nikki's just
resonate.
like some sort of like Christian superhero or something.
Would you not? That's not true.
So
Like, wow, I've never felt these sort of
Would
things.
you?
So that's kind of a cool thing in the sense that in the beginning you were kind of struggling in relating to the song. And I don't think it's a cool thing that's something bad, that you were going through a rough time.
Right.
But the way that God works through time and strings
that's what I'm
things
trying
together,
to say. Exactly.
Right. You if you're going to go through it, you might as well make a good song out of it.
Yeah.
And really it's the lyrics are very powerful and your tone and your presence is really great. And I think it does a lot for I just know the couple friends I've listen to it. It's just not your typical song. It's powerful and it's moving, and it's definitely one of the great tracks that are going to be on that album. Okay.
Yeah, that's the start. That's the start of the album.
Is that the first track? That's the intro track?
That is the first track.
Nice. All right. And we're going to listen to Misfits in a little bit. But so you've been here for a week.
Just about
a week. And that's all, and then you go back, right?
Yeah, Sunday.
So that's right.
So can we get back to the story or
what did you want to go for it? What did you want to?
Because this is the like we missed the.
Oh, that's right. There was a key thing on the I don't know why track.
No. This is a key thing of why Nikki's here.
Okay.
It's so. Back to the timeline of everything. So Nikki had said she had recorded the chorus for Misfit, and she spent money on it, more money than I've ever spent recording music in my entire life, in my entirety of recording. No, we need to do back. I'm so distracted. I feel like
Go ahead, dude.
I feel like I'm walking through India right now. But so she comes in and we're on the phone and she tells me that she records a song for X amount, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, dude, for that much money, like, you can pay for a plane ticket and you could come down here,
right,
and we can shoot the music video. We can record hours of music. We can go to Disneyland, Angel Game for free.
He had to throw in the Angel Game.
Give me that budget. Like, buy a plane ticket and come down here and just, I don't know, donate to my Africa trip. and I will set you up so but it was just something that was like so far fetched in the moment. Like I'm not really, it was just an idea. Like, I didn't take it seriously, but it really clicked for Nikki. And the fact that she wasn't going to Africa really played into it all. And so that just planted a seed, and she like, so then once we told her that, and we were like, no, like, this isn't a joke, like, this is serious. You could really fly from Florida. We could put you up somewhere, find a place to stay, and, you know, you won't need a hotel. You know, you won't need an Uber. You won't need, you know, anything. Like, we'll take care of you. It's just the supply. It's just Florida is so much different than California. Like, we have so many resources. So in that aspect, so when I told you that, you kind of like went and prayed about it and talked with, like, you know, your counsel, and like talked about, you know, talk to your mom and dad and your pastors or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and
so so Nikki, on that point right there, when you said, "Hey, I want to go out to California to record music with a guy that I just met on Facebook,"
we had been silent Facebook friends a couple months, and then
Right.
we had been in communication for a couple months, and we had FaceTimed.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes. So
To talk-
how are your parents? Were they receptive? The family, were they supportive? Were they like, "Whoa, what's up?" Or,
I mean, I think it was a little bit of both, because they trust me. Like, they put, you know, if I'm not going to like do something crazy unless I really feel like God's hand is in it. I mean, yes, I have my moments where I'm off and it's just me getting excited and wanting to like do something. But this was, it just like, there was so many different confirmations. And after praying, I just had more peace moving forward in it than I did not. And so, yeah, I talked to my parents, and they were, you know, of course they're doing their parent thing and just like, be careful, like whatever, you know.
was that all that they said? Was it?
I mean, just
be
like,
careful?
are you sure like this is legit?
There was no background checks made or anything?
No, there was
Okay.
nothing like that. Like,
Are you
because
sure? Because I kind of feel like your parents didn't see me like look at me. Are you sure about this guy? He doesn't really look like.
no, they thought you were cool. They did.
Okay.
Yeah, they,
And so getting back to that, a quick point about the when you did the Misfit recording, you had to not only did you have to pay, but you had to go drive like 2 hours, right? Like across the state.
yes.
Oh my.
You're from what you don't have to get specific, but what part of Florida?
Well, Central Florida,
So
but on the east coast.
On the East Coast, so like near St. Petersburg.
other side. So I'm near.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
other
south
side,
of,
right,
I'm
right.
just south of Daytona Beach.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now this leads up into another question. What's the music scene like there? What is it like for an artist who's kind of just starting out and doing their thing?
It's rough. It's really rough, because I wouldn't have any music had it not been from a friend in Nashville that reached out and said,
I remember
hey, let's record your EP. I want to help you out. Let's raise the money. And then so bada bing, bada boom, we got the Voyage EP out in 2014
Oh, where can I listen to that?
Mm-hmm.
on iTunes, on YouTube.
What would I have to look up?
Nikki Joy, The Voyage,
Cool.
NIKKI,
I am Nikki Joy.
youtube.com/I am Nikki Joy.
Nikki the Cop.
What about SoundCloud?
I need to work on. No, it is on SoundCloud. Just
You can't change that, by the way.
you what?
Facebook, you can't change your handle. Once it's in, it's in.
Actually, I've changed it twice.
No,
can change-
YouTube you can't change. Facebook you can.
Yeah,
Really?
I've changed it twice.
You've changed your name.
Maybe I should change it back to I am Nikki Joy, because I changed it.
I
like
think you should do Nikki Joy Music.
really,
Nikki
but then
Joy.
you can't change. I guess I could, but then I would have to change. Yeah, never mind. That's a whole thing.
That's a tangent.
Okay, we'll talk
Squirrel.
about
So-
marketing.
So what have you been doing as far as furthering your ministry in music down there? Besides, I mean, coming here obviously was a great thing, and you're producing. And I'm going to ask about the video here in a second. But when you go back, what's next? What do you anything on the horizon? What are you looking at?
Yeah, well, actually, I've got a couple ministry opportunities
What's
this
your
month.
What's your 9 to 5? Without getting into specifics.
I'm a receptionist.
Okay, so you have a normal 9 to 5 job,
Yeah.
and then you have to find time. Obviously, not when you're working to do your music stuff.
Yeah, to do
and
like
your ministry
writing,
stuff.
even writing, and then even just like or rehearsing. If someone's like, "Hey, I want you to come out and can you lead worship or minister this night, preach, whatever." And then also finding time to church. I'm really heavily involved with my church.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of like a balancing game, but it's what I'm passionate about. So
That's
it's amazing.
That's great. Okay, so are you working on anything new, or is?
Yeah, I mean, I've been writing a lot,
Uh-huh.
so hoping to get in the recording studio with Pluto and drop some
That's right.
tracks.
We're good.
And,
We got some work to do.
yeah, for sure. So, just as the Lord leads, but definitely I'm seeing more movement in that area, which is nice because it was so dry for a couple years. And one of my just amazing brother in Christ, Ballistic, he's a rapper. He's based out of Tampa. He's awesome. Check him out. He had kind of prophesied, like, Nikki, I think you were in a sabbatical for a couple years and you didn't even really know it. But God, you had to come out of this thing where it was like, it's not about Christian fame or like being a Christian pop star, but it's about kingdom building. So further in God's kingdom, he wants to give you a team now. And then like after that was like, then like Manny comes along and like, hey, like partner with me on this song. And I'm like, oh my gosh, kingdom partnership. Like,
there you go.
What? So, and I just see more things kind of like coming along down the road. But I think for me right now, I'm focusing on just being faithful with it, being proactive about things, continuing writing, being recording, being confident.
Is there an album out there forming someplace in outer space that will?
Oh yeah, we got to record the EP on Saturday.
Yeah,
the whole EP on Saturday.
Thing,
yeah, the whole
okay.
you just named it the whole EP. Get
the
it?
Whole EP.
The whole EP.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Look at you.
Like the whole, but whole.
But then you're like saying holy.
Yeah, like the whole EP, like the holy project, but it's like a whole.
You two are scary. You two are frightening.
Project.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the whole EP, it's only 3 tracks. You guys record 3 tracks on Saturday. Put it out. It's easy.
There you go.
There we
Bada
go.
bing, bada
Bang,
boom,
bang.
bada bing, bada boom. Then once my album's done, you could add I Don't Know Why and Misfit on there, and then it's 5 tracks.
True.
Boom.
Can you do that? Is that legal in music world?
Yeah.
I think we're kind of making this up as we go.
Okay.
No, we are making it. No, we're making it up.
I think that's happened before.
But no, it is legal. It's me and Pluto have the rights to it, so we can put it on any album that we want.
Okay. Well,
I
hey, we should
I
do
can put
that
it on
then.
100 album. We'll talk.
Let's
we'll,
do it.
Now if your album starts to sell more than
we'll talk numbers. We'll talk numbers.
We might have another
numbers
conversation
later.
It's a cool goal. Okay, so so we've got you're forming something. Manny's got something coming out next week. We believe
More
the album.
Than music. Before I head to Africa, More Than Music will be out.
And you guys shot a video 2 days ago.
A video yesterday and the day before.
Yes.
Look, we're not playing games. Like
Apparently not. No.
Nikki overslept and missed her flight to California on Saturday.
I did not oversleep. It was the GPS.
And so we had to like really put.
I heard this story.
So
I don't know if I can go through it.
She overslept.
I did not oversleep. I got up at 3 a.m.
Did you miss a flight?
So did you go to sleep? So anyway, she missed her flight because I guess when she looked at the GPS and it said it was going to take her 2.5 hours. Anyways, so she got in on Sunday. We went to In-N-Out. She never even heard of stinking In-N-Out.
How'd you like it?
She never heard of In-N-Out.
What? It was. Are
you a burger person? Are you a cheeseburger?
I wouldn't. I'm not like great. Like, oh my gosh, cheeseburgers. But I'll eat anything. I mean, if you put
I
it in
got
front of me,
some
I'll eat
cheeseburgers.
it.
I got these cheeseburgers.
But Manny ordered for me and got me this crazy thing that gave me a stomach ache, but it was good.
What'd you get her? Like a double? Nice.
Yes.
Double.
Animal style.
Grilled onions. I said, do you like grilled onions? Yes. Do you like pickles? Yeah. Oh, God. I just said it.
Crazy sauce.
Crazy
It was
sauce.
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Then so after In-N-Out, we came straight to the studio, recorded I Don't Know Why, went home, slept, woke up bright and early, and we drove to Joshua Tree and we filmed the first part of the music video. We were in Joshua Tree for hours filming that. And then the next day we were downtown Huntington Beach in the city that I live in, and we filmed the second part of the music video, or the second day of the music video. We wrapped up shooting, and it was super duper special. It was incredible because we were able to evangelize while we were.
I saw some pictures.
recording the music
Right
video.
on you said downtown Huntington Beach, right on Main Street?
Yes,
you were
sir.
right on. Nice. We're right. Nice, man.
Downtown Huntington. So it was dope. It was super incredible. So yeah, so we did that. We went to Disneyland. We went to Angels game. We went to Angels game. We went to Angels game, and then we
Did
drove.
you go to an Angels game?
Yeah. Then we came here, and now we're doing a radio interview. Then tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we have 2 days off, and then Saturday, I got her in the studio with DJ Pluto.
The one and only.
They're gonna record the whole EP.
The whole EP.
The whole EP.
That's funny. So, what video did you shoot yesterday?
I don't know.
So you did the I don't know video. Now in Joshua Tree, is that all like that's all like on the desert? You got kind of a cool little landscape thing going on.
Oh yeah, check out our Instagram pages.
What is your Instagram?
Emmanuel Tarsus.
Nice.
And I am Nikki Joy, Nikki. Yeah. So look at those.
Nikki Joy the cop.
Look at our Facebooks, and you'll be able to see like some behind the scenes stuff. But it was just super incredible. And this music video is going to be very powerful. It's going to definitely bring healing to the nations. So
Amen.
Do you know when that one might be out?
When I get back from Africa.
Okay. Hey, what's up with Africa? When are you going? What's up?
First of all, I got some of my youth group in the house. Guys, say what's up.
Yeah, you do. We got a little.
What's up?
Woo! So I got some of my youth group in this house right now. They're with me. I got youth group tonight. So they're here, and we're leaving for camp on Monday. So I go to summer camp with my youth on Monday. I'll be gone from Monday to Friday, and then I come home. I have about a week or two of downtime. Preparation, and then I'm getting prayed out at Calvary Chapel Oceanside on Saturday and Sunday for the trip. Then I leave August 29th, and I'm gone from August 29th to September 13th, and then I drive to Big Bear, and I'm going to be...
From Africa.
Yeah, from Africa.
Going to drive to Big Bear.
So I fly in, drive to Africa.
Big Bear.
I fly in, I drive to Big Bear, and then I'm going to be up in the mountains for 3 days speaking at a youth retreat. Do
you stop and sleep? Do you breathe?
So the interesting thing about it is, like, whenever I have a big performance or whenever I have a big show or a major like ministry event, I always draw away. I always draw to a mountain, just like Jesus did. And if you like look at the theme of Jesus's time when he would give big sermons or speak to large amounts of people, he would always sneak out the back and draw away to a mountain to be alone with the Lord. And so I was a little hesitant taking this opportunity. It's a paid opportunity. It's going to bless me financially in more than one way.
Are we talking about the Africa?
No, coming home from Africa and then going to Big Bear.
Right, okay, the Big Bear thing. Got it.
Big Bear. So I'm speaking for the middle school students of a Christian school. I'm speaking to for their middle school retreat. And so I was a little apprehensive at first, but after praying, seeking wise counsel, and just giving it to the Lord during my time of prayer, God revealed to me, like, dude, this is perfect. Like, you're going to get home from Africa and then you're going to draw away to a mountain. And like, all I have to do is speak 4 times, and I talk in my sleep. I mean, I don't know if you guys realize that.
Nikki.
Yeah.
But, I could talk for days. So I get to be inserted back into population.
Got it.
But like, not fully. It's like a halfway house to like my reality.
Are you nervous about Africa? Have you ever been on a missions trip before?
No, not at all.
Are you nervous about Africa?
Not at all.
Not at all. Just every day, no problem.
Yeah.
Nikki, should he be nervous about Africa?
God's got him. It'll be good.
Yeah. What's the one piece of advice you can give him?
Ooh, he already knows this, but I would just say this as a general point: humility and submitting to authority, and then just staying sensitive to the Spirit, like whatever God might lead in a moment, because you don't know.
That is very interesting advice.
What the submitting to authority part? What is that? Because when you go there, things are kind of crazy, and you're. Like,
just to maintain a spirit of unity within a team. I don't know if you're going with a team.
Okay. I thought she was going to say, like, don't eat the bugs.
That's what I'm looking for. Don't drink the water.
Yeah,
no, you're something good too. I'll take that stuff.
I'm going the spiritual side of things.
Like pack light.
That's spiritual.
Take bug spray.
That's spiritual to me too. Don't eat what's unclean. Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, and you're going to need some bug spray in Africa.
Don't go anywhere alone. Like, that's what the kind of advice
I
was looking for.
No,
that's what the heck? Submit to authority. Dang, what kind of pastor?
Well, that's what I'm like. Do they have crazy cops there or something? Like, what does this mean?
That was just what I learned.
Well,
I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And maybe it's not necessarily like submitting to authority, but just being like having humility and being submissive, because I am going with the team, and team building and just like, we're all going to get on each other's nerves at some point. And so just to have humility in that, and, not is that like, just being humble in that way?
Oh, that's what because
you're gonna see some stuff.
And I think when you're a group of people, you're in a completely different environment. You're a place you don't even know. The enemy that was the biggest thing last year in our team was there was a lot of, I could see the enemy where he was trying to slip in different cracks and
because the pastor was like, hey, I want you to come to Africa. And I was like, I want you to, come and be with us on this mission trip. And I'm like, okay, like I'm down. I've never been on like I'm a backyard missionary. Like I'm a neighborhood missionary. Like I do missions work all throughout the cities, like, of Southern California, and I do it in my backyard. So I've never gone out of country for missions. And so when he told me, I'm like, yeah, I'm down. And I automatically assumed like, we're going to build a house. We're going to dig a well. We're going to feed a family. Like that's the stereotypical like mission
That's
trip.
what I see.
Going to Africa. Yeah. Exactly what I thought too. So I'm talking to him. I'm like, okay, like I'm down. Step out of my comfort zone. I don't use tools. Like I'll step out of my comfort zone and like go and like do missions. And he looks at me like sideways and was like, nah, bro, like you're going to do what God's called you to do. Like you're going to rap.
That's great.
You're going to work with the youth. You're going to, so he booked me like a tour. So I have 3 concerts.
Like churches, playing churches.
It's on social media. It's like, no,
venues.
There's venues. I'm going to be performing at venues, churches. Like I have a radio interview scheduled out there. And like, they have one radio station like that, like there's like a grip of countries and they only have this one specific radio station.
Do you know
they all listen to?
Do you know what's really big in Africa? In Uganda?
What?
FYI is huge.
Oh, wow.
There are villages in Africa that have one radio station on a pole, and it's FYI.
Yeah, okay, so because I know like
it's great. It's this
African people have been hitting me up on Facebook already, so like
oh wow,
it's the FYI. The FYI community is a huge African and Haitian community.
So so I got 3 concerts. I got a radio interview. I'm gonna be doing inner city. I'm gonna be doing everything that I do here, but in Africa.
Got it.
Working with the youth, working with kids on the streets, performing, using music. I'm going to be bringing out some lost and found clothing. Like, just,
nice.
Going to bless the communities and just really just pour into the communities and use what God has given me to do that.
Okay. Cool. That's great. Well, you guys, man, we're almost out of time, but I wanted to play the Misfits track before we get going. We have played this before, but we played a clip. We didn't play the whole thing. Mm-hmm. So this is the other track that you've done with Emmanuel, Tarsus. And
there you go.
Thank you. I almost tripped over my tongue saying that. Anyway, and it's a great album. Like we said, it's a feel-good anthem kind of song. And as soon as I heard the whole thing, I was just like, dude, this sounds like real people did it. So
and I'm shooting the music video for this song in Africa.
That's gonna be a great video. Well, okay, we're gonna listen to it. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, both of you.
Thank you.
I'm so happy that you joined us. So happy that you came out from Florida.
Me too.
And side note, there in the track, it is I say something when I say the word Africa. I say chit chitty whoa, and that means like what's up.
That's actual African.
Yeah. That's like saying like what's good.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
In
so you're working some slang into the song.
So we're gonna be out in Africa like chit chitty whoa. So everybody that's in Africa listening, like I hope that resonates with you. And it's prophetic because I'm speaking about like I was good in Africa when God chose to send me. So like I'm already like speaking it out, but I haven't never been there. So yeah.
Well, if you see Manny on the street, just give him a quick chit chitty whoa. Just say chit chitty whoa.
Chit-chitty
anyway,
whoa.
Well, here's Misfits, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us on the Project Pluto Hour. We will be here next Wednesday, God willing, and tracks and all that kind of fun stuff. Thank you to Manny and Nikki. And here is Misfit.
Chit chitty whoa.
Misfit that put me in these boxes I don't fit in. All I ever been was a misfit that put me in these boxes I don't fit in. I'm too right
for the ghetto, but I'm ghetto to the white kids. Looking up at God, asking why you make me like this. I go to church and some say I'm too worldly, but when I'm in the world, some say I'm too churchy. Torn up inside, I can't lie, it hurts me. Second guessing God, cause I'm not feeling worthy. I kick it with my friends, but I feel too old. I got a kid, and I still don't mix with adults. I don't fit the mold, anywhere I go. Why'd you make me like this, Lord? Please let me know. I'm too edgy for the girls that's real godly, and I'm too godly for the girls that's real edgy. I don't think anybody in this world gets me. It's like I'm playing football, but I'm Wayne Gretzky. All I ever wanted was to fit in, but my whole life, all I ever been is a misfit.
All I ever been is a misfit. All these cookie cutter shapes, I don't fit me. Cause I'm an outcast, yeah, I'm an outsider. If it isn't right, put your hands higher. All I ever been is a misfit. All these cookie cutter shapes, I don't fit me. Cause I'm an outcast, yeah, I'm an outsider. If it isn't right, put your hands higher.
I'm a misfit kid that never fits in. To me, normal has always been distant. I'm from the other side of the tracks, an outcast anywhere I'm at. A Christian with tats, a white boy that raps. Yeah, I'm so different, but I'm consistent, and God is the one that formed my existence. So I find contentment in the image I was made in. You can't question anything God created, and I'm God's creation. My daddy's Mexican and my mom's Caucasian. Strategically placed in so many places that I didn't fit in. Now I fit in those places. I'm so comfortable being out of place that God can send me anywhere and I'm okay. Nashville, Watts, or Huntington Beach. I was good in Africa when God chose to send me.
All I ever been is a misfit. All these cookie cutter shapes, I don't fit me. Cause I'm an outcast, yeah, I'm an outsider. If it isn't right, put your hands higher. All I ever been is a misfit. All these cookie cutter shapes, I don't fit me. Cause I'm an outcast, yeah, I'm an outsider. If it isn't right, put your hands higher.
I never fit in till I became a Christian, and I found a community that's full of misfits. A bunch of people that tried but never fit in until the Lord pulled up and asked us to get in. It never made sense why I felt out of place till I gave God my life, and then He explained, if you only feel free with one group of people, you only gon' reach one group of people. He made me with a purpose, on purpose, unorthodox. The world boxed me in, I broke out and tore the box. I pray to the Lord a lot, He tells me ignore the talk. People try to get inside my head, but the door is locked. Yeah, I am who I am, a broken beer bottle that turned into a gem. Washed up on shore, thanks to the Lord. I used to be a misfit, but not anymore.
All I ever been is a misfit. All these cookie cutter shapes, I don't